So our next job is in northern Missouri. I've had on the books for a while. Here comes Brandon, his 379, my Heister lowboy, which we hope to be upgrading lowboys here soon. Black dog you see there, most of you know is Tipsy. The yellow one there is Buster. That's Tipsy's friend. He's not my dog, that's just Tipsy's friend. I like to make that evident to everybody. So we're gonna go load up the 648H and move it north. That wasn't the original plan, but plans change. We were gonna take the 548 up there, but I think we'll just take the 648.
Get all the check engine lights that are on.
We got a lot of lights on. No, there one went off, one went off. Now, Friday night, we put those 7-inch stacks on Brandon's truck here. Straight piped it. Man, when he hits that Jake, which we'll hear that a little bit later on in the video because we're like a couple kids. We've been hitting that Jake every chance we get, and it really sings out. Sounds incredible. I've definitely got to have one of those trucks. I am so envious of that truck. Beautiful piece of equipment. Brandon will get the ramps kicked down, and I'll walk back down in here and get the skidder from the log deck. Now we'll leave the skid steer here for a day or two because I've still got a little bit of cleanup I want to do personally. Just kind of put the finishing touches on the job for me. And then we'll get the skid steer out of here and get it to where it needs to go. As you guys know, this was our log deck, which we've got some end trimmings and stuff, and I try to keep that piled up for the most part. So I've still got the bucket sitting there for the skid steer. So we'll come in here with the bucket, we'll sweep all this stuff up, get it out of this field, kind of field. No, we'll put it in a pile for burning, kind of off to the side. Then we'll go down here where we've been dragging logs. We'll slick those roads up with a skid steer as well. Climb up in this old girl. Long climb. Ready to go. We'll let it sit here and warm up for just a couple minutes before we head out there. We'll get this thing. Brandon, of course, you know our lowboy. We've got an old Heister lowboy, and we're going to sell it. We're going to get rid of it. We've both been talking about it a lot. We'd like to have something a little newer. Of course, everybody would. But we'd like to have something, you know, an actual 102 wide. I'd like to have something a little longer, just for what Brandon does and what I do. We just like to have a little more space on the trailer. So when we go back out here, Brandon's going to be kind of directing us up in the middle of the lowboy there so we can center up real well. Because for as far as we're taking this, and it's not that we're running heavy, we're not. The skidder only weighs 32.4, so we're not going to be overweight. That's not an issue. It's a big bulky skidder, you know. It's a 648 with 30.5 dual arch, so yeah, it is kind of a bigger load. So we want to make sure everything looks good, centered up. We'll get all of our flags put on. We try to run as legal as possible at all times, anything we do. So, Brandon's going to get in there and direct us up here. There we are. Brake on. Go ahead and get this guy where it needs to be. It is a slick wagon for sure. Really nice. 379. Getting a little squirt of fuel here at Collins, Missouri, before we head north, straight up 13 highway. End of the line. Might not have been as great as I told you it was to turn around, but
Well, I'm going to make the loop and then we'll unload.
we've turned around and worse though. What a long trip. We're up here just north of Polo, Missouri. Kind of north and east of Polo. Now we'll start working on this job this week. We actually run into some pretty heavy rains, you can see on the lowboy here. So I doubt we're up here tomorrow. I've actually got timber to look at tomorrow. Then we've got some prior engagements Tuesday, but maybe Wednesday in the latter part of the week we'll be up here. All this timber lays back down here on this creek. This is Brush Creek back here, so the map says. So I think it's like 68 or 70 trees. I'd have to look on the contract. I don't remember. It's been a few months. But a good little bunch of walnut. They should come out really fast. Hopefully having this big guy up here will kind of help speed that up. Getting them cut will be the slowest part, definitely. But once we get them cut, old Big here will get them out pretty quick. Then we can roll on to the next one. We've got a couple tracks in Higginsville to cut right now as well. So a little further south of here. And who knows what might come up in the weeks to come. We're ready to kick her off. Work lights work. I'll be so glad when we get a bigger lowboy. So glad. We're coming off now one way or another. At least the back's down. Yeah, this 96 wide lowboy, and a lot of it's these narrow ramps here at the back too. We need to build some bigger ramps, but hopefully we won't have this guy much longer. Like I said, it's Brandon's truck and my lowboy, so I'm probably going to sell this lowboy, but we're looking at a new lowboy right now. I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag on that just yet. Take this in the gate here and park it. Get right in here and we'll just shut it off right up here. We'll turn her around. Good enough. Okay guys, that's got us unloaded and we're ready for this job here. As you can tell by the camera, it's getting kind of dark. We're about 7 o'clock up here, so full day getting up here. So we've still got about 2.5, 3 hour drive home. So we've got a little drive time ahead of us, which Brandon and I always kind of enjoy because we laugh and joke and carry on like two young kids do, or at least we still act like young kids. Get that gate shut there. Guys, I greatly appreciate you following along. Hopefully we got some good footage in the coming weeks up here. We won't be too long on this job. Like I said, it's a pretty small job, but pretty good trees. Guys, we'll see you later. Hey guys, if you like what you see, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for all of our latest videos.